Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Christian. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day, good night. Wherever you are, wherever you're seeing this, I hope you are good. So guys, today we're going to be talking about transforming in 30 days. I wanted to give you guys the scoop about transforming in 30 days, spiritually, physically, mentally, and emotionally, and just giving you guys some things to keep in mind when you are working on transformation and the right mindset to have to support yourself through the transformation. So let's just go ahead and get right into the tea. Some of you guys are already familiar with my New You Self-Led course, okay? A few months ago, I dropped the New You Transformation course. It is 30 days of exercises centered around spiritual healing, physical healing, emotional healing, and mental healing. Throughout the 30 days, you'll be touching on all different types of assessments, exercises, releasing a little bit of everything. There's so many resources there for your spiritual, mental, physical, and emotional well-being. This course is something, of course, that you go through in 30 days, but you can use this throughout the year at any time, whenever. If you guys ever have gotten a course from me, then you know you get a guidebook that is a PDF, an ebook, and you can have that forever. You will have it forever, so you'll be able to always refresh and get into the tea. Now, whenever I drop my New You course, I've had a couple of you guys message me and give me feedback. I believe I left my email. I'm not sure, but whenever I send you guys the course, I send you the course via email with your welcome email and with the PDF file of the course document. So whenever you guys have that, you have my email, of course, and my email's under all of my videos. So I say all that to say, a few of you have reached out to me while you're going through the course to let me know your concerns, the struggles that you've been having going through the course. And I know that it's hard to commit to something for 3 days, let alone 30 full days. You guys know me, and you know I don't play. So the 30-day transformation course is not just like a couple of journal prompts. It really is an in-depth spiritual, mental, physical, like it's a transformation. There's fasting involved. It is a full-blown transformation, and it's not something that is too strenuous or too difficult to where, you know, everyone can participate. There are definitely rest days as well, but it will keep you accountable, and it will challenge you to look at yourself and connect to yourself in a different way. And my course isn't the only thing that's going to do that. Whatever challenge you have and whatever you want to achieve in your life, there's probably going to be some type of, you know, pushback that you're going to have from your old habits, laziness, impatience, all different types of things that may make you second guess or question the journey. So I want to encourage you guys on the journey, whether you're taking the New You course or any type of transformation. And I also wanted to let you guys know, if you're wanting to make a transformation, get into the New You course, okay? I'm going to have the link down below in the description box where you guys can get your copy of the New You course and get into it. I dropped it for the spring equinox so you guys could begin this transformation. I believe a month before the spring equinox is when I dropped it. It's definitely been out for a couple of months. I've sent out plenty of New You courses by now. So if it's something that you have, then get back into it. If you have the New You course and you haven't been able to finish it, then take this opportunity to get back into it with a new approach. I'm super excited to just, have this chat with you guys and get into it. So let's just go ahead and get right into it. Whenever you are stepping into a transformation, the most important thing I feel, more important sometimes than the actual transformation itself, is what you experience while you're on that transformation. And that's what I've been telling all of my girls and my guys and my people that have been reaching out to me, letting me know that, hey, I've done 3 days. I can't get past 3 days. I've done it for a week and then something came up in my job, or I keep having trouble sticking to this or sticking to this. What you deal with when you're trying to make change is just as important, if not more important, than the transformation itself. When you get that pushback that says, I'm not good enough to do this, I have a failure of failure, what if I don't complete this? What if I do complete this? What will change? Am I obligated to do this? Now I have to make myself do this. I don't like making myself do things. There's so many different things that come up for us, so much resistance that we have that is specific to what we are dealing with. Even though a course, a workout guide, an eating regimen, whatever, it'll all be maybe the same thing. Like a whole bunch of people will, like my course is the same course for everybody, but everyone will have a different experience based on what they're carrying into the course, based on how they feel about themselves, how they feel about making change. It will be different for everyone. And you don't want to let those differences make you feel like you're on the wrong track because it's not correlating with exactly what you're reading on the paper. If anything, those differences are just a part of the process, So I really want to encourage you guys to not be hard on yourself when the process is processing. When you wake up and you're dreading having to read a book because you know it's going to gag you or ask you hard questions, when you're dreading going to the gym because you know it's going to be hard and you know you're going to want to give up and quit, when you're dreading, calling your family, or when you're dreading doing any hard thing that you know is going to give you discomfort or make things difficult for you, and you do it anyway, you're able to understand, like, wow, me doing something uncomfortable that makes me afraid, that makes me doubt myself, that makes me second guess myself, it actually makes me feel better. Or maybe it doesn't. Maybe it makes me, maybe it validates those things because I'm dealing with failure in the moment. How can I change my relationship to failure? We don't know how to fail if we don't fail. We don't know how to make mistakes if we don't make them. We don't know how to really process change if we never make ourselves change. You'll never be able to do a fast until you do one. Seeing yourself do hard things, there's nothing like it. You can try and try and try and try to do something, but seeing yourself do a hard thing that you said you were going to do for yourself, there's nothing like it. There's nothing like it. A lot of times we get a lot of applause and celebration when we graduate, when we lose weight, when we get married, when we have a baby, when we get a new job. Doing the New You course, doing a spiritual transformation, going on that journey, nobody may applaud that except for you. Nobody may know that you dealt with some releasing. Nobody may know that you're doing inner child healing. Nobody may even know to congratulate you or to support you on the things that you're doing, but you're doing them. You're tapped in. You're making it happen. You're actively making the decision to put yourself first, to tap into yourself, to do what you need to do. That is invaluable. I've gone through so much since I got on antidepressants and anti-anxiety medication. I've had so many things I've had to face by myself, so many hard things that I never was able to do, literally without breaking down and crying, that I've been able to do. And most of these things, some of them I've done with others, but most of these things I've done completely by myself. Most of these hard conversations I've had by myself. Most of these things that I've done it on my own with no one there to cheer for me or to hold my hand. And I have gotten closer to myself in the last year than I've ever been to myself. I probably haven't felt this close to myself, since I've been a child, because of me having to support myself through fear, through doing hard things, through doing things where I was almost sure it was going to be a fucking flop, and it ended up being exactly what I needed. That type of transformation and trust in yourself and seeing it through will make you excited when it's time to level up again. It'll make you, look forward to the next transformation because what's going to come on the back end of that. Hello, it's not just going to be about what you gain tangibly and what you can see. It's going to be about what you think about yourself. The next time you come across an obstacle, you'll be able to remember, well, I did that 30-day challenge and I didn't think I was ever going to be able to do that. I didn't think I was ever going to be able to do this. I didn't think I was ever going to be able to manage this, but I've done it. So I know I can do hard things. Not only that, I know I can do hard things that maybe I messed up and did it wrong 15 times before I finally got it right. But I can finally get it right. That is enough to make you try harder in the future. It's enough to make you more confident in yourself. It's enough to make you love yourself more and feel like what people said about you ain't true. Okay, and that is what you're fighting against when you're doing the New You course, when you're trying to lose weight or get married or go to therapy or do whatever. When you have a goal and it's going to take healing and discipline and really locking in to achieve that goal, and you achieve it, it does something for your subconscious that is irreplaceable. You cannot replicate that unless you see yourself do something you thought you couldn't do. Period. You cannot replicate that. So there's so much that we gain outside of just what we gain from completing a challenge or any type of thing. We gain the trust in ourselves. We gain seeing ourselves combat failure. We gain seeing ourselves do hard things. We realize that I can be afraid and still do it. I can be afraid and still make it happen. I can do it with my eyes closed and still cross the threshold. And that makes us feel more prepared. Because in the reality, you're always prepared for a new beginning. You're never too far gone or too scared or too whatever to step into something that you've always wanted. You're always ready for a new beginning, really and truly. You're always ready for a new beginning, even if you're scared, even if you doubt yourself, even if every step of the way you're like, I ain't gonna be able to do this. It doesn't matter. It don't matter. You are always prepared for a new beginning. You're always ready. No matter how unequipped you may feel, it doesn't matter. You don't have to be ready. You just have to do it. You don't have to be ready, baby. You just have to do it. When people say you do it scared, you have to do it scared sometimes, but you do it. And I've become an expert in the last years of doing things scared and of being afraid and not letting that matter to me. I don't really give a fuck if I'm scared of something. What they got to do with me? I want it. I don't care that I'm scared. That is not my business. It's kind of like those people that are lactose intolerant, but they still need their ice cream. They still need their mac and cheese. It's like, girl, I'm going to have to deal with this on the back end. But, well, let me not even say that because they have real consequences. This is no consequences. I know this may be hard. I know I may have this fear, but guess what? I'm not paying attention to that right now because I know what I want. And what I want is more important than this made up fear, because the reality is I can do anything. I can do anything. It doesn't matter if I'm afraid or if I'm uncomfortable. I can do anything, and so can you. You can do whatever you want. You can have whatever transformation you want. And the fact that you want it lets you know it's yours. The fact that you want it lets you know you're destined for it. The fact that you said, transformation, I want that. I'm ready for that. 30 days transformation, I need that. The fact that you clicked on this video and said, yeah, that's exactly what I need. You're ready for it. Period. So check down below in the description. Get into the New You course. Look on Pinterest. Figure out how you want to transform your life. Look at your different relationships. Look within yourself. Figure out what you need to change and make habits. Make new habits. Make new thought processes. Figure out what you need to do to get yourself from point A to point Z. Not point B, baby. We're going all the way to the end. How can you get from where you are to your finish line? How can you do that? Because we're changing ourselves for what? We want to change or fast or do the transformation or do whatever so we can do X, Y, and Z. You don't want to stop doing something just to stop. You want to do it for something. You want to achieve it for something else. So that something else needs you to do all of the things that you're doing on the journey. You need to beat fear to do this. You need to beat doubt to conquer these things later down the line. So whatever growing pains and things you have to face on your journey are quite literally preparing you for that victory lap and what that victory lap is going to entail. So I want to encourage you guys as you're trying to change and transform yourself, and as you're trying to do hard things, and as you're feeling scared of doing hard things and you're feeling like, oh my God, I can't do this. That's normal. It's normal. And it doesn't matter. Do it anyway. Do it anyway. You can literally do it while complaining. Half the time I'm in the gym, I'm upset. Half the time I'm running these miles, I got an attitude. It's a problem. I don't want to do it. But guess what? I am making myself do what I need to do because I know what's best for me. You have to become a parent to yourself. Even though I don't want to eat these veggies, I know what these veggies will do. I need to eat my vegetables. Even though I might not want to go to sleep early, I need to get some rest. I'm going to do it. Even though I might not want to pray, I know what prayer does for me. I need to do it. You have to make sure that you encourage yourself to do the things that maybe you don't want to do, but that you need to do, because we don't always want what's best for us. The things that we want might not even be what we really need for real. So challenge yourself to, of course, acknowledge what you want. Remember those things that you want. Pay attention to those things, but allow those things to really, really, truly give you a segue into where you want to go and who you want to be and what you want to step into. And do not take it lightly. Do not take it lightly. Know that you can have everything you want and everything that you're trying to step into. Know that it is available for you and to you. So yeah, I love you guys and I appreciate you guys being here. I hope you guys enjoyed this conversation. If you are interested in the New You course, check down below in the description box to get it and begin your 30-day transformation, and keep these things in mind as you are trying to transform your life. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. And yeah, I thank you guys for being here, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye guys. Bless.